United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Okay, first thing on the agenda tonight is celebrating success.
Thank you, Mr. Stiltner, board members. This is a special occasion for us. It's the first celebrating success of our school year, and it's a great way to kind of wind down summer and begin a new school year, to be able to celebrate some amazing work from some students from the end of last year into the summer. So parents and grandparents and aunts and uncles and neighbors and community folks, we want to welcome you here this evening. Board, I don't want to speak for you, but we always enjoy this meeting of the month, because we do get to celebrate students, some of their hard work and some of their accomplishments. So we thank you for being here, but I don't want to take for granted that everybody knows everybody in our room here. So I'm going to introduce our board members really quick. We have our board president, that's Mr. Alan Stiltner. We have our board vice president, Mr. Mike Pritchard. We have board member Dr. Doug Lester here with us. We also have board member Mr. Doug Kennedy with us, and we have board member Ms. Robin Hall. So I want to thank them for continuing this tradition that we do here in Wyoming County by recognizing some hard work and some determination. And we thank you for the service that you give to students in Wyoming County. I have a good team of people here with me this evening as well, some of our central office folks. Look down our list here to make sure I don't miss anybody. Leanne Biggs is our Director of Technology and Information Systems. Leanne makes our technology world go round, and at least once to twice a day, most people are yelling for Leanne to come to their office and get something fixed, or get some bug lined out. We appreciate that, Leanne. We have Miss Kim Runyon. Kim is our Director of Auxiliary Services. Kim wears a bunch of hats with us. She works with communities and schools, works with our nurses, works with attendants, and she has some, I don't want to spoil any news that Ms. Runyon has, but she has a great surprise in store for us in Wyoming County when it comes to attendance this year. Mr. Dillon is our new Director of Federal Programs and Learning Enrichment Programs here in Wyoming County. And he'll actually do a little, he'll be our MC of the event here in just a few minutes. Paula Pardis. Paula wears about 9 million different hats in her role as coordinator of services for us, and she keeps me on the straight and narrow path on a regular basis. So Paula, thank you for that. Then I have Keith Stewart, Assistant Superintendent of Support Services. And then I also have here Ms. Kara Halsey Mitchell, Assistant Superintendent of Curriculum and Instruction. Team, thank you for being here tonight and recognizing and honoring some of these students. As I stand here before you, some of you I know really well, and who would have thought that we'd be here one day together, recognizing our kids and honoring our kids for some great accomplishments. So it's an honor to be standing up here with to represent the board to be able to do that. And students, we're so excited to have you here. We hope you've had a really restful and fun summer. We hope you've done a lot of either swimming or fishing or traveling or whatever it is that you enjoy doing. We hope you've had a great time and ready to gear up for a great school year this year. Mr. Dillon, would you like for me to go ahead and turn it over for you, sir?
Sure. Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
You didn't tell me who you were.
Well, that's a good thing there, Mr. Pritchard. My name's John Henry. I'm the new superintendent here in Wyoming County as of July 1. So, thank you. I totally forgot.
I appreciate the segue that you allowed me to walk up. This is one of the more pleasant things that anyone can do, is celebrate the success of our young children and some adults in the room as they go through their school years. This is one of the best moments that they'll have. It's one of the best moments that we have here at the board, celebrating the success of our students. This year, as Mr. Henry alluded to, was, we're capping off last year. This is something that the students did last year, and I hope that they're looking forward to not only this, but all the other enrichment programs that the county offers throughout the year. There's lots of celebrating and a lot of success that we have in Wyoming County. But today we're here to celebrate the Wyoming County Writing Contest. Each year, the Wyoming County Economic Development Authority and Planning Commission hosts a writing competition to encourage and recognize through grant awards new or established writers of Wyoming County, West Virginia. The purpose is to help keep alive and inspire historical and cultural endeavors through the craft of writing. Awards are made possible based upon the merit of the submitted work they put in and judged. There are 3 prizes available for the elementary category, and then 2 prizes for the categories following those, middle school, high school, and adult. These awards are made possible by the generous gift of a Wyoming County donor, Mr. Lonnie Bailey, who's present with us tonight, who created the Literature Fund for Wyoming County through the Beckley Area Foundation. Mr. Bailey is an author of 22 books, 21 of them being composed of poetry. His poetry has been published in 133 anthologies, and his songs have been included on 16 CDs. He has also had a play performed by the Mullins Community Theater. On more than 300 occasions, his material has been published in various newspapers and magazines. Mr. Bailey's work, both prose and poetry, has received dozens of national and international honors. That's a big deal, and we appreciate you here tonight, Mr. Bailey. We'd also like to thank Ms. Christy Laxton, who coordinates and organizes the writing competition each year, along with the Planning Commission. And if I can have Ms. Laxton come up here, we'll start the presentations. Now, before I begin, I'd like to put a little side note. Normally, due to being encumbered by so many, we usually just celebrate first place in our celebrations throughout the year. Now, we're going to celebrate a little bit past first place this year because there is a monetary award. And I was telling Ms. Laxton when she came in, if I'd have known how much the award was, I would have heard all kinds of stories when I could. But now I'd probably look improper if I was the winner of the award in a new position. But listen, if you've got plenty enough time to go stuff that bus with the awards that you're getting, because they're quite substantial. So I'll stop with that and go on.
Mr. Dillon, I'd also like to mention that the winners will each receive a token for the book vending machine that's out in the hall. So each one of you that is acknowledged here today, if you all will make sure you get your token before you leave, you can go out and pick a book of your choice from the book vending machine.
So good selections in the book vending machine. So we're going to start today, like I said, with the elementary category. First place, Skylar Klein. Give me just 1 second. I don't want to get in the way.
Board members?
Mr. Henry, announce how much money she's getting there.
All right, so Skylar will be getting $150. Family, friends, let's have you come on up and get a picture as well.
Don't let Savannah take that from you. You gonna get a new horse?
Awesome.
Horse.
In second place, Sawyer Hopkins.
Sawyer will be receiving $100. Board members? All kinds of pictures.
You want the,
Parents
to
go
go with
with
it?
Awesome. We'll get them next.
Okay. Guys, you wanna come up, take
Family-
photographs, feel
family,
free,
come on up.
because we've got all the time in the world, so if you wanna come up front, take shots, we'll give you plenty of time.
Dad doesn't get that. That's fine.
Jimmy's all in your grandkids? Yeah. They'll take a picture for you, Jimmy, you can get in there with them.
One more.
In third place elementary category, Lindsay Cook.
Board members? Lindsay will be receiving $50.
Awesome.
Move over a bit. Move it.
There you go. There you go.
Family, come on up.
I'm learning that a lot of golfers are also writers.
When I get some.
Moving on to the middle school category, first place, McKaylee Morgan.
Board members.
John, did you mention what school they're from?
Let's see, Kaylee is from Baileysville. And Skylar is from
Huff.
Huff, that's right, yes.
Huff.
Skylar, how did I forget that? Goodness. And then, Lindsay and Sawyer are both from Berlin.
McKaylee's from Baileysville.
Baileysville. And McKaylee will be getting $200 for the middle school. Come on up. Heck of a volleyball player too.
Second place in the middle school category from Glen Fork, Abigail Laxton.
Good, Jack.
Board members. Abigail will be receiving $150. Family, come on up. Got crew. You got a good cheering section.
Stop the jury queen on
Somebody's.
They may be writing now, but they do a great job of things, too.
on to the high school division from West Side, first and second place, Hannah Laxton. The first place.
Second place. Hey.
That's awesome.
She gotta take you out for steak. She got money.
First place is the winner of $200, and second place is the winner of $150. Family, come on up.
Shark, you family up here.
Family, it pays to put in more than one entry.
Yes.
Speaking of which, the adult category, hailing from Huntsville, West Virginia, Stephanie Adams, first place.
Does that mean we get to split the prize?
Yes.
Ms. Bailey, is that okay?
In second place, so I know it's here because I saw her, Holly Hill.
Get some money.
And Holly for second place wins a total of $400.
So if you're an adult in the room,
Yeah.
there is an adult category too.
Start rapping. There you go.
Congratulations.
Now, I think, Mr. Stewart was going to talk about a new, I think it's new, right?
Yes.
New contest, brand new contest.
Mr. Bailey wanted us to share a new book challenge that we're going to do in conjunction with him this year. He's providing some more prize money, and we appreciate Mr. Lonnie Bailey. He's been a friend of Wyoming County students for many, many years, and we appreciate that. But what the challenge is, and we'll get more information out to students as school begins, but this involves our local public libraries all over the county, wherever you may live. Hopefully there's a library that's open and close to you, and the librarian is going to keep track of how many books you check out at the library. So if you like to read, or you'd like to begin to read, hopefully that would inspire you to do that. The more books that you read, the more entries you get into winning the competition. So in 6 months, on March 1st is when the contest ends. Whoever has the most books read, and the librarian will keep track of who that is for this contest. The most books read, and it doesn't matter what the size of the books are, that person will win some money. And the prize money for the ages 6 to 13 is $150. So if you want to read some books between now and March, you're gonna have that opportunity. Mr. Bailey mentioned that there may be some other numbers to do that. So the prize money may go up from here to there. There is also an adult category that you'd like to do, and same thing. The libraries, the books have to be checked out from the library. You can't just go pick them up at Walmart. They've got to be checked out at the library. And the adult winner on March 1st, from September 1st to March 1st, whoever reads the most, if I can get the word out, will receive a $400 prize from Mr. Bailey. So we appreciate you and your offer there. And keep in mind, this is the book challenge. We're going to put this out to the schools in September, well, probably before September. Mr. Dillon and I will work together on getting that out. And that way everybody knows about it. But you all kind of get the first exposure to this challenge. And so you might want to take advantage of that and start planning what you want to read. And so we start September 1st. You can begin tallying up your books. But I want to say congratulations to all of you. Mr. Dillon is taking over one of my loves in life. I love the enrichment program, and I love seeing you guys thrive and go out and write, read, do all the things that will make you smarter, because writing and reading is the essential parts of your education, and also math and on science and such stuff. But I'm partial to writing and reading because that was my fun going through. But congratulations, you all are awesome folks, and I'm proud of you too. Don't forget your tokens. If you were a winner today, come get a token, even the adults.
Board members, that concludes our celebrating success, but I want to extend my thanks to Mr. Bailey and Ms. Laxton. You know, you all put a lot of time and effort, and Mr. Bailey, kudos to you for encouraging writing and reading. As Mr. Stewart said, that's so important. Great way to travel to a lot of different places. So, Mr. Bailey, is there anything you'd like to say?
Yeah, one day we might have a bestseller. You never know.
That's exactly right. That's exactly right.
I really get into writing, get creative, and that's the whole goal from my point. That's it. I help push them along a little bit, encourage them.
We appreciate you.
Yes, we do.
Mr. Bailey, thank you for encouraging reading and writing. We
Everybody in
appreciate
there
that a
should be
lot.
able to write one good book or enter a contest, win an adult, enter for the adult category, children category. I know everybody in there's got stories to tell.
That's right.
Hopefully go in and write something.
Absolutely. Thank you, Mr. Bailey. We appreciate it. And Ms. Laxton, thank you for your help in organizing and so forth. There's a lot that you do in our community as well. We're grateful and appreciate that. Students, we're proud of you. Congratulations.
Yes.
Good job. It doesn't matter. When our kids compete in Wyoming County, we're usually on the hop. So that comes from hard work and a lot of grit that we have in Wyoming County. So we're proud of you. Congratulations. And family and friends, thank you for being here to support them, and thank you for pushing them along the way. Much appreciated. Board members, that's all we have.
Mr. Henry, we'll take about a 10-minute break if you feel that don't want to stay and watch all the excitement from this point on. So you're free to leave or stay, whatever. We'll take about a 10-minute break.
The vending machine is going to be now open, and Ms. Mitchell's going to turn on the lights.
How you doing, young man?
Good, sir. Good to see you, buddy.
Good to be here.
Good. Not a big deal.
Money, bud.
Yes, sir. What you get?
Congratulations.
That's great. That's great.
Yeah. That's what she said. She said, "Can we go eat?" I said, "Well, sure."
Good job, young lady.
We can now, huh?
Awesome.
We can now.
Well, it depends. You guys can.
Yes,
So yeah, I can. I'll do it for you. And she's beautiful too.
Thank
She is a very attractive young lady.
Really good kids.
Now she's what race?
She'll be going into A.
Going in the one more year before she gets to West. Now she's an athlete like you were.
She's a
All
ball.
right.
Oh, have you been watching the?
See where Randy's
Oh,
stepped
gosh,
in,
we're
coaching, what's the matter?
She wants to. He just wants to go to Louisville and watch Nebraska.
Yeah. We were at Charleston.
Yeah.
Volleyball players played across the street. Yeah, we did. And, you know, of course, up here we're all horizontally challenged.
Well, they like the US team.
Someone else can probably identify with them better.
2 men, 2 girl teams. That girl's 5'6". 5'6". You know her partner 6'4".
Well, they always have.
Yes, sir.
I guess
No, they don't.
set them
No,
up.
no.
Now these teams
Oh,
all did.
yeah,
They
yeah.
had one.
Yeah.
Approach them.
Yeah.
Well, like Germany, they had 2 6'4".
These were tall people like that.
Yeah. 5'6".
And probably awesome.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, I always said a joke. If you ever they bred us to my low hole.
Hop in now.
You know that, yeah.
Congratulations.
Congratulations. Great job. They do a great job.
Got started young.
Good seeing you.
Skylar, I want a picture of that horse when you get it, all right? You're gonna get a new one with this prize money? Awesome. That's yours?
Both teams, yeah, they're great. My biggest one was Burger King stolen.
Yeah. Yeah. See. Yeah. First she transcribed.
Stolen right from it.
Oh yeah.
Oh, yes, sir. Yeah. Got the whole collection around. Government magazine.
Are they a lot of work? Keep the bed, clean, all that stuff. Not too bad.
Yeah, yeah. Good job, this last
What you allowed to.
Yeah, I respect the morning, we made the information for me.
Leave
Yeah, right. They running
I'm
off.
glad how you doing? Round them up, yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah, yeah.
It's,
No, we should be very close.
And how
I'm looking for it.
Yeah, yeah, makes sense. Makes a lot of sense. Are you all going to the fair? I know that. I always love it, but I love it. I love it. I love to eat. And I love to go watch and show something. See, have a good evening. Congratulations. See, enjoy that new course, all right?
Congratulations, baby. That's awesome. How you got?
You know.
No, buddy, I'm not really. I'm there with you. I'll tell. Don't take a loss. 30 seconds. Oh, love. Well, they might get in some competitions. Yeah. Real. She got a promising future. You got us there. Oh, yeah. Greta, she loves. And then there's some
Congratulations, Lindsay.
But anyway, she opened up.
Billy did a good job.
Yeah, really such.
Very nervous.
His tail's been really good. Really.
That's awesome. Yeah, Greta's pretty. She's pretty nice. I love her.
She's already
I know. You get it, girl. Oh, you need to pay space. You need it.
Bye.
See you.
Be careful.
Hey, what you gonna name that Pop County? Give me a horse. What you gonna name it? What you gonna name it? You say Copper or Copper? Well, you raise your hand,
One dark this way and one dark that way. But I put my horn over it a little bit. Yeah, they are. I saw him, I tell you about I saw Are we ready to go, Mr. Henry?
I think so, Mr. Children. I know why Miss Klein would leave out of here from those celebrating successes smiling.
Yeah.
Seeing kids smile and laugh and their
Yeah.
families celebrate them is a lot of fun, a whole lot of fun. So I can now see why she felt that way after every meeting.
I can, I thought the, book machine out there is a great idea. That's a great idea.
We have lots of new books to add to our
Oh,
stock.
really?
And actually, last week we had put in some books for teachers and principals. So as they were concluding their professional development, we had some random drawings and that sort of thing. And so they were excited to either get a teacher book or a book for their classroom. So it was,
That's great. Super. Okay, individuals or groups of the community at large wishing to address the board.
None that I'm aware of, Mr.
They
Stewart.
all have. Okay. Okay, consent agenda. Mr. Henry?
Board members, in your packets, item A, pages 4 through 13 will be our board minutes from our July 29th meeting. Just a quick turnaround from our last board meeting. And then item B, extracurricular, special fundraising, and bus request, pages 14 through 14D. And those fundraising requests are starting to come in, and that time of the year is almost there. And as school gets closer, we'll see more and more of that. Your new items, of course, in your packet are 14A through 14D. All those have been vetted by myself, Ms. Mitchell, or Mr. Stewart as they have come in. And then item C on the consent agenda is our payment of invoices, and that is pages 15 through 30. And board members, we stand ready to answer any questions, but upon your readiness, I recommend the consent agenda as presented.
Okay. Any questions or comments about the payment of invoices? If not, superintendent's made a recommendation to accept the consent agenda.
I'll make a motion to accept it.
Motion made to accept. Do we have a second?
I'll second.
Have a comment or question? If not, those in favor signify by saying aye.
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 5-0, Mr. Henry.
Thank you, Mr. Stiltner. Thank you, board members.
Item number 4, superintendent's update.
We have a few things that we'll run by you here, just give you a quick update on. Before I turn it over to Ms. Mitchell and Mr. Stewart, we have put the new sign in at the Career and Technical Center. So if you have a chance, go by, take a look at that. It looks really nice. It's really, really super nice. The new sign at the Glen Fork is in as well. I don't believe when I was up there this weekend, it was not on yet. So we're still going through some of the setup phases, but that's going to look really nice up there as well. We have a wide range of painting going on throughout the county right now. Several schools, Dr. Lyons and Mr. Stewart are working with to get some front hallways painted, some bathrooms, classrooms in some different locations. So there's lots of painting going on there. We're looking at doing some pavement projects as well. Pavement project has started a little bit at the Career and Technical Center. We had a pretty good size hole that we had patched with some cold patch for a little while, but now we're at the point where we want to get it fixed right. So that'll be happening soon, and then eventually we'd like to get some paving done at Herndon. That parking lot is in need of some repairs. So we have some information put together and a company that we'll work with in getting that done.
What was they doing right below the band building at Uptown Middle School?
We have paved an entrance around the back. There'll be a sliding garage door put there, and that'll be some places that we store salt to get it out of the weather in the fall and winter time for the west end of the county. And then we have some other storage that we use for over on the east end of the county. So the truck will be able to back right up into there, unload it, and then load it back up, and it'll just be a little bit easier to do. So several summer maintenance projects that we have going on, and I just wanted to give you a quick update on some of those that you may get asked some questions about. But if you get a chance, drive by the sign at the Career and Technical Center. It looks really super nice, really nice. Ms. Mitchell, Mr. Stewart, anything from you all?
Yeah, I wanted to kind of share this with you. I don't know if y'all can see this really well. I'll bring it closer to you. We're the WVDE and Wyoming County. We're going to be partnering with the Cook Center, and you might see this logo. It's called parentguidance.org on our website. It's already there. Ms. Biggs has already added that, and there's a link that parents can click on that link, and it will take them to a tremendous resource that I'm real excited about. What it is mental health is becoming, as you all know, more of a concern all the time. And I remember being a principal, and so often parents would come in and we, whenever their students were going through situations, they would say, I don't know how to help my student. I don't know how to help them get through this challenge they're facing with their mental health. And so this is a resource that's going to be wonderful for families. And some of us have already kind of explored it just a little bit in the initial phases. And what it is they families have access to 70 expert design courses that are led by licensed mental health professionals to educate parents so they can support their own mental health for themselves and for their families. So, one of the statistics, if I can say words today, I think they said 1 in 14 student families has somebody at home that's struggling with mental health issues. And so this is a resource that the Department of Ed has connected with that will hopefully help our families. And then that way, that in turn will help students as well. Our families, the topics, some of the things that are out there in those courses, behavior, anxiety and depression, bullying, child development, grief and loss, parent support, self-help, suicide prevention, technology, all of those things are included. And there are little webinars that they can get on, like right now, I think, or maybe here in a few minutes, there's a session that's going on that talks about dealing with anxiety, and so they can get on there and for 45 minutes to an hour, listen to some help and some advice on how to deal with anxiety, how to help your kids deal with anxiety. Some of the other things that they had, some of the topics, body love. How everybody's worried about how they look when they're in school. You want to be pretty and you want to be handsome. You worry about that all the time, even though we're all beautiful, no matter what we look like. We worry about that all the time. So that helps you deal with that. Protecting children by staying aware and involved. Parents, you give them some advice on how to watch out for things. Parenting your child with ADHD, just all kinds of stuff. There are 70 topics there. I won't go through them all, but I encourage you all to just take some time to click that link and kind of explore that website.
Sure.
I'm so excited
Awesome.
about what we have access to. Our families are going to have some much needed resources there from professionals that can give them some really good advice on how to deal with situations.
Is autism covered that in any way?
I would say there possibly may be some things in there. That would probably fall under maybe a little bit different category, but there may be some things on dealing with challenges. So that could possibly be there. And it will continue to expand because this company, Mr. Henry and I have talked to them a few times on Teams meetings and webinars, and these people are amazing. They're so good, and they're not just trying to sell or peddle something. They're really wanting to go out and help kids and families. And so I love this partnership that the state has bought into, and so it's just a good thing. The other thing that I wanted to update you on the bus is getting some stuff in it. We're excited.
We're stuffing the bus.
When you drive by, look, you can start to see it in the windows. It's great. I love it. It's building up. So we're looking at some other possibilities about. We might take the bus on the road. So you might see it getting out there, and we may extend it a little bit beyond Friday, just because it's kind of fun now. So we've had some really awesome donations, and I think some places in the community are going a step beyond, and they're gonna do some things too to help our kids, so we're excited about Wyoming County is an amazing county that helps each other out.
Is there any particular items that need is higher than others?
Always look, you can always do pencils, sharpened pencils if possible.
What?
Teachers love sharpened pencils already.
Sharper pencil.
And listen, you Ticonderoga is pretty tough to beat. All right, those are yeah. Ticonderoga sharpened pencils are the Cadillac version of pencils for teachers. Teachers will love that and appreciate that.
Loose leaf paper is always handy.
What?
Loose leaf paper, folders, binders, those things are handy. Probably mechanical pencils are nice for middle schoolers. They like those a whole lot. And they lose them a whole lot because I know from experience. But anything will help. And like I said, if there's something that we don't get donated, our school system never has a child that doesn't have something they need at school. So
You said sharpened pencils. Do they come sharpened? Or
They
you
do.
get-
You can buy them
You can
sharpened
buy 'em
already.
sharpened.
They do cost a little more to have them.
I didn't know they come sharpened.
You can, yeah. They do come sharpened already if you look through and find those packs. Ticonderoga starts with a T. And Crayola crayons.
Exactly. I was gonna mention those.
We don't get any sponsorship from any of those brands, but they are teacher favorites.
yeah, but we appreciate it. It's been fun, and we're gonna keep it going here a little bit. But we're excited. Our kids are gonna be ready to start school, and if there's something they need, we're gonna make sure they get it. So.
I think Raleigh County Park went up at Walmart.
Saw that. Yes. Yeah.
And
It's a
there's
good
no
idea.
way that you could walk in that door with those high school football players there giving you out something. When you came out, you brought you a bag out.
You're gonna stuff that bus, right?
Stuff that bus too.
Just one more thing to add on Mr. Stewart's update. The Cook Center was a foundation created by a family that lost a child, and they've poured their blood, sweat, and tears into creating a network that spans through a lot of states, a lot on the East Coast. It's really popular in Pennsylvania, and they're just now starting to branch into West Virginia. But another great aspect of that is, and we'll do a really formal presentation to you later, but there's some free parent coaching that parents can take advantage of as well. And that pairs our parents that want to sign up for free. It's all for free. After you create an account with them, you can sign up for that coaching, and you get some one-on-one time either through Teams or phone calls with one of those mental health experts. And you can build a relationship with those people. It's a really neat thing. I would encourage you to go on and take a look at it. And you may have your children raised already, but if you have grandkids or you're around children very often, it's still a really beneficial thing to look into. Sure. Great service.
I want to add kind of a funny little piece of that. When you go on the website and you look at the emblem, I don't know if it's still that way, but the words are a little off of the emblem, and we have both, well, I haven't tried, but we have talked about it. Leanne has tried. It just won't move. So
I tried, and Keith saw it, he was like, "Do you think we can get?" I was like, "I've tried."
That would drive me so
Unless I take some words out, it will not send.
Don't look at the
I know one of you that it's going to really bother.
Right there.
But the great news about what Mr. Stewart was talking about is it's a completely free resource for our families. And all people all throughout the state can take advantage of it, but it's completely free for our families. Lots of good information.
This is in partnership with the state.
Yes. Yeah. Ms. Mitchell? Thank you, Mr. Stewart.
You're welcome.
So I wanted to, give you guys a quick update.
This is item B.
Yes. Superintendent's update for curriculum and instruction. Yes, sir.
Thank you.
We did have a very successful, 2-day Principals Academy. We had excellent attendance. All of our leaders were there, so that's always very important. And our central office was very heavily represented as well. The 2-day kind of centered around Mr. Henry's, I don't want to say motto, but for lack of better words, kind of motto. We always try to assign some sort of theme for our upcoming school year. And as we heard Mr. Henry in his first cabinet meeting, I think is kind of where it originated. We were hearing lots of conversation that he was having with us centered around the word hope. So naturally, we all kind of latched on to that, and we shared that with instructional empowerment as they were preparing for our 2-day academy. So as you were walking in this evening, you may have seen some of the papers that were up on the wall in the boardroom, and that word hope stands for honest, optimistic, patient, and evidence-based. And that is what we as a team had decided hope was going to stand for. And of course, we realize that hope isn't necessarily a strategy, but it is a mindset. And that is something that all of us were committed to doing, was having this hope mindset. And our team, including our principals, we went through a great exercise of defining what does hope look like. So you see the 4 quadrants up on each of the large post-it pads there, and each group had conversation about what does honesty look like in your building? What does optimism look like within your system or within your school team? What does it mean to be patient? How do you embody patience? And what does evidence-based mean, or what does that look like within your school? Or for us as central office leaders, what does that look like in our various departments? So they really took us through a great exercise of defining what we want that to be for this upcoming school year. We talked a lot about there's no growth inside of your comfort zone. That is something that John and Keith and I really latched onto. That you can't grow if you always stay within your box, and you have to stretch and you have to challenge yourself. And our instructional leaders went through a lot of that self-reflection and defining their why. And at the end of the 2 days, I think a consensus is our why is because our kids can. Our kids can. We don't want to put limits on what our kids can achieve. And it was powerful. There was a lot of self-reflection over those 2 days. There were challenging conversations over those 2 days. But at the end of the day, we decided that there was no negativity allowed beyond the door of the RTC. There was no negativity. We were not accepting excuses because our kids can. And if we believe that, and we work as if we believe that, because we do, then there's no limits to what our kids can achieve. One thing that you'll see in here, I've just given you the PowerPoint, and by all means, we're not going to go through this, but I hope that you will and see kind of the thought-provoking context behind the 2 days. But one thing that I really am appreciative of, it's on slide 24, it talks about how leadership is a team sport. So each slide is numbered, so it's right after where it says lunchtime. It's about 6 or 7 pages in. So when they came back from lunch, we discussed how leadership is a team sport. And as leaders, you wear lots of hats, but hero leadership is unsustainable. You need a team. And I think that is very powerful. You have to be able to rely on your team, whether it's in a classroom and students are relying on their fellow classmates to solve a rigorous task, whether it is a professional learning community and they are relying on the expertise of the teachers in their building or on their team to come up with a solution to a student struggle or an issue that they're trying to get across with a content standard that maybe they're having a difficult time with, or whether it's principals relying on other principals, or whether it's central office relying on other central office. Leadership is not, you don't lead in a silo. You have to be able to work as a team. So it was a powerful 2 days. We have some more work to do, starting tomorrow with diving into math and ELA standards. So we'll have teams of teachers coming in and looking to the depth of the standard. And then next week we'll start looking at classroom observations and walkthroughs. But it was a great 2 days, and at the end of it, our kids came. Mr. Henry, I don't know if there's anything else.
Do you mind to share the story about the runner? The Olympic runner.
Yeah.
Last name Wiles.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm a huge Olympic spectator, and I was telling Mr. Stewart earlier that next time the Olympics come around, I'm taking 2 weeks off so that I can sit and watch, because I think
it's gonna be in LA, so you can go down.
well, maybe I will. But I think it's fascinating, and there's always so many wonderful victories behind the scenes. And there was one that just kind of caught my attention as I was scrolling, and it was from the runner Noah Lyles, track and field, I guess.
100 meter sprint.
That's just more than I can even imagine. But what I love is that he says, I have asthma, allergies, dyslexia, ADD, anxiety, and depression. But I will tell you that what you have does not define what you can become. Why not you?
He said on our 21, he said, I told you.
Exactly. So that's kind of, when I saw that, I was like, our kids can. That's where it took me back to that conversation. When you put a label, when you put a stigma, or you lower the expectation, what could his story have been if somebody had lowered that expectation for him, instead of behind him challenging him and giving him hurdles to overcome and obstacles? I mean, he's had obstacles, and that was he didn't let it define him. And that was a lot of what our team went through last week, was don't let obstacles get in your way, because you have to have that collective belief that our kids can achieve and that they will achieve. So
Want to notice he started out being behind, but
yeah,
if they sent over to his over,
He finished really well.
Matter of fact, they announced the other guys will win right off the bat.
Yeah, sure did.
Well, Simone Biles' story was similar to that.
Yes.
She was raised by her grandmother.
Amazing story. Amazing story.
Yeah, it was.
And I think one of my favorite takeaways from that 2-day academy was that we're going to encounter hard things and challenging things, but how do we work through those? Do we grind it out and get better, or do we let them define us? You know, kind of like Noah Lyles was saying there. You know, he could have easily let those things. Simone Biles could have let those things define who she was, but hard. Teaching our students how to work through and endure hard things is so important in them being successful in the next step of life, whatever that may be, whether it be college, whether it be military, whether it be the workforce, whether it be some type of career and technical center, extended education. But helping them have those skills to be able to work through and do hard things, I think is really important. And on day 2, about 1 o'clock, I could really, I don't know, I don't want to speak for you all, but I could feel a shift change in moving toward that and talking about that and really digging into that. So it was an excellent 2 days of professional development with our principals.
We had, what, 2 new principals that this?
Yes.
Two or three?
Two new principals.
What did they think about it?
I think they enjoyed it a lot.
Which Ms. Huffman, she has had the opportunity to work with instructional empowerment before, as she was a teacher at Conville Middle. And Ms. Tunstall brings a different perspective to the table because in her former role as a coach, she has also had the opportunity to participate in a lot of that work. But it still challenges you. You kind of confront not stereotypes, but maybe stigmas, or you kind of confront whatever your challenges are. It eliminates the excuses. You eliminate the I can't because, or you have to have hope. Yeah. And it was beautiful, I thought.
Looking at that, they're looking at it from a perspective of you guys, because looking down, it's up to the principals, it's the road right here. It's like the principal's road. So, that they're learning from people that's been through that. They really have. So. The Tunstall lady, we're gonna miss her on the board because she's always entertaining when she came, so.
Great. Yeah.
I'm sure she'll bring her A game to LSIC.
She'll be great.
Her wheels are already turning, and the creativity that we're seeing, not just her, all of our principals.
Yeah,
She's such a excellent job creating, but boy, she's already got some great things in plan. So does Joanna. They both have hit the ground running, like the rest of our principals. Our principals work really hard, but they have hit the ground running with some wonderful ideas. For information only, Mr.
They both already have a mentor.
That will be posted later on. Yes, neither one has been posted. That'll both be posted later on, but yes, we'll have them
Angel
with
said they'll be
somebody.
posted tomorrow.
Oh, I didn't know that. Sunday. You are.
Yep, I got the email from Karen today, and I'm gonna enroll those out tomorrow.
2 last items. August 19th at Wyoming East, just a reminder. And we didn't even really plan this, but it's funny how things line up and just kind of come together. But Brandon Fleming's message is really based around hope a lot as well. So really want to encourage you to come out to that. 8:30, right? At Wyoming East, 8:30. We have several food trucks that are going to be coming. Have some great lunch and fellowship that day, and some wonderful learning. And then the 20th at West Side will be your coaches training. And Mr. Stiltner, that is it, I promise. When you get fired up about something, you just want to continue talking about it.
8:30 at East, 10 at West.
10 at West, correct. You are going to have to limit me on what I can say and what I can at times, especially when I get fired up and passionate about something.
Well, that's what we're here for. Okay. Item number 5, consideration of personnel recommendation. I see the angel snuck in again.
Upstairs printing some contracts to go out tomorrow. I have a copy of the final that was sent to you all this morning before 10 o'clock.
Are we getting close to opening the school?
Every time, I don't want to jinx myself, Mr. Stiltner, I feel like I have. We've met a couple of times, and I said, I feel like at this point we're in a really good place. And then I received a couple of unexpected resignations, and that causes postings and some movement still yet. But we are going to have several open positions that will continue to be posted, seeking a qualified applicant. I do feel like we'll have less than we have last year, and last year was better than the year before. So I think that we're getting to a better place. We will still have a need for music teachers in Wyoming County schools and also for resource teachers in Wyoming County schools. So I do feel good. I think if we had to open schools tomorrow, I feel like we could and we would be okay. I do still expect some movement. The next meeting on the 15th, I do expect it to be a very large personnel list. And wherever the professional people are at that meeting, once approved, is where they will be for the remainder of the school year. Our professionals fall under the stay put rule, and they can move on paper for the next school year. However, once they start on the 19th, they will be in that position throughout the remainder of the year.
Okay.
Board members, as you look through and have any questions, we're happy to answer those, but I do recommend the personnel list as presented. And I want to say a huge thank you to Angel and the last couple of personnel lists, as they always are, but they have been very busy, and I've used that term with you before. And when you have this piece moving here or this piece moving there, but thank you, Angel. Done a really, really solid job. Thank you.
You say how'd you cook? Did it jump up?
Yes, sir.
Justin Kohler, he showed about how many physicians, school systems to come by.
And yeah, he has served for us very well in a couple of positions, regular teaching positions as well as substitute. Very pleased with the position that he's in now. I think he's very excited. I know the principal is as well. So anywhere that we can have Mr. Koger, I think is a good thing for students.
We started football practice today, didn't it?
Today was the first day of high school football.
Right.
Correct. Started at 6, I believe, both schools.
Bad day to start. It's 94 degrees.
It's hot.
Ooh.
When they got a temperature gauge now, it's so hot you got to just limit how long you can be on the field, right?
But if you
That's
remember
something
those turf fields are a little hotter as well.
Right.
They don't absorb. They reflect the heat a little more than what regular grass does, and it's a little hotter.
Need to be plenty of water on that field, I tell you. It's, I've been through a lot of August myself, and it's not fun. August is not fun.
The question I asked you today about, you said you'd be working with that, right? The Gibson girl.
Yes, sir. I received her application on the 17th and have received approval to go ahead and move forward with that interview, as she's a retired teacher. Since she has not been employed with us in the past year, we will have to repeat background check and drug screen, and then we'll get her added to the list.
I'm looking forward to having all the coaches in on it one day.
It's going to be a good day.
Yes, it will be. It will be. I believe that will eliminate a lot of problems we've had.
Going to be a lot of positive there on that day.
Yes.
I had trouble getting on my computer this weekend, Friday, Saturday. I finally quit and I called. You talking about? Hey, you gotta have some help somehow.
Leanne, I tell you.
I'm thinking old school, but I don't get this stuff. And since you start telling us, wait here, you tell my wife, well, I can't get it.
Mr. Pritchard, don't feel bad.
Why would they change my password and not tell me about it?
Well, that's my fault.
Well, that's what I wanted to know. I ain't changed my password, I don't even know what it is.
Don't feel bad, Mr. Pritchard. I had to text Leanne Friday. I needed some technology.
I wouldn't bother her this weekend. That's the only thing I wouldn't do. I wouldn't bother
You
her
should have
weekend.
done that. I would have told you like
I wouldn't have bothered Joe this weekend. I said, I'll get up Monday morning, I'll call over and I'll find out what's wrong with my computer. I'm about to throw that thing out the door. I'm trying everything I know to do.
It would have taken 2 seconds. You should have just.
My wife and daughter, they couldn't even do it with it. They said your password's not the same, right, not right.
Well, it was when we
I
were
wouldn't
doing
know how to
that
change it.
stuff, the other day up here. That's on the several phrases.
Was mine on one got changed?
No, all
All of them?
of them. Yeah, I actually talked to Doug today too.
I had the same issue.
I'm good for that, then probably got, like, something other thing, and I said, well, I see you got time, I'll get it Monday morning. Then I had 2 weeks, I had to look up after I got it. So it come in handy to get it, but.
And I was impressed your wife knew that, two-factor authentication right off. She knew to put that code in and everything. I mean, you won't believe all the explaining I'd have to do with that. She did good.
I'm glad I got real mad.
I didn't change yours. I did not change yours.
There's something wrong with it. I just about put my foot through my personal computer trying to get on that school board authority thing. You know.
Why didn't you text me?
Well, it was pretty late in the night. I didn't want to bother you.
Technology is great until it's not. Until it's not.
Okay,
Mr. Children, I recommend the personnel list as presented.
Motion approved.
second approved, second. All those in favor, signify by saying aye.
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 5-0, Mr. Henry.
Thank you.
Hey, Mr. Stilton,
Yes,
I need to say something.
go right ahead.
If could. I'd like to thank everybody for the fine job that you did this evening. But I need to back up and punt on July the 18th. I wasn't feeling too perky because I was had the tonsils out. And I forgot to thank Kim Runyon and Jeff Hilton on that day. They did a spectacular presentation, and I forgot to thank them for their hard work. So I'd like to make up for that right now.
Thank you.
Good job there, Ms. Hall. Okay. I believe we are on, items for further agenda announcements.
None from us,
None from
Mr.
you?
Stewart.
Okay, anybody on the board? Okay, next board meeting will be, Thursday, August 15th at 10 a.m. You have a meeting with ADA. EDA, okay.
That's in the morning.
This one's in the morning.
I mean, it's an evening.
Okay. Good. Question or comments about the 15th meeting? Okay. If nothing else, I will entertain a motion to adjourn.
I make the motion to adjourn.
Second.
Second, motion been made, second. All those in favor,
Let it
say,
cut off.
Not yet.
Let me know when you cut off.
all those in favor of, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye. I know we are